here for our next anti-aging ingredient series. This series is all about acids today, okay? So this is going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be very, very informative for you. But before we get to that, I see a lot of new subjects out there. I want to thank you so much for joining me, and to those of you that are not subscribers to my channel, I invite you to scroll on down, hit that little subscribe button, girlfriends. It's going to notify you of all my upcoming videos, and you'll be a member of my tribe. So thank you very much. Okay, so I want to get started right away. The first thing I want to talk about are acids. Okay, why are acids so important? Why do we need them in our regimen? How often do we need them in our regimen? And which ones do we use? First of all, let's say that acids are a chemical compound. When put on our skin, it exfoliates the dead skin cells. What it does is it loosens up the glue that are binding all the top skin cells together, loosens them up, and then you start shedding and getting rid of dead skin cells, so you can, have new skin cells coming through. And this is very, very important. This is how you keep your skin free of fine lines and wrinkles. This is how you keep your skin glowing. This is how you keep your skin all debunked and cleaned out. Say your pores all through here, all through your nose are just full all the time of blackheads and caca. This is the way to clear that up. This is also the way to keep new skin coming and coming and coming, because they have room to get up there as long as we get rid of the dead skin cells on the surface. To me, this subject is the best of all, okay? I'm going to start with a granddaddy of the granddaddies, and that, of course, is glycolic acid. Glycolic acid is an AAJ, alpha hydroxy acid. It is probably, to me, the most powerful, but yet the most gentle, believe it or not. And I'm going to explain to you what that means. With glycolic acid, and it can come in different percentages, and I kind of like a 10 to 14 percentage, if you know what I mean, of glycolic acid. And there are many ways to apply glycolic acid. You can buy, say, a little bottle of your alpha hydroxy glycolic acid, and it may be around 10%, maybe 14%. You just put it on a cotton pad, you wipe that cotton pad in all the areas of your face, and you leave it. You don't wash it out until the next morning. The glycolic acid has these super, super, super small little molecules. We now know that it can go through the epidermis down to the dermis and creates collagen, okay? It helps in speeding up the growth of collagen and elastin. So this is why it is so, so important. The next thing is, the majority of you ladies are only doctoring or paying attention to the barrier of the skin. So while you're doing that, the most important thing you can do right now, the most important, is to exfoliate at least 2 to 3 times a week. Now let me explain something to you when I tell you to do that 2 to 3 times a week. Let's not go buck wild here, okay? Because if you overdo it, you're going to just dry out your skin completely. That's not the way you want to play, okay? This is what you want to do. You can use different types of exfoliation through the week and save the glycolic for like Sunday. Your big exfoliation day. That's what I do. During the week, I'll use light, exfoliants. I'll use sometimes my P50 during the week. And then sometimes I use my TATCHA rice powder, which I absolutely love for very, very soft, exfoliation. Now, that soft exfoliation kind of reminds me of the Neutrogena little microdermabrasion machine. It's actually a polishing machine. The little disc on that is as soft as using almost rice powder. So see, all of these things you can use, even your Clarisonic once a week. That's another form of exfoliation. What I'm saying is save the glycolic, the big one, all right, at the end of the week for one day. But I would exfoliate 2 to 3 times a week, whether it be, your light exfoliation, medium, and then the big one on Sundays. That's what I do. And it works 10 times better that way. Now, the next thing is, remember, glycolic is for people usually with dry skin. That's why I love it, love it, love it. Love it with all my heart and soul. Love it. Now, sometimes I use a glycolic wash. If glycolic acid is way too strong for you, no matter what percentage it is, and perhaps that you're just not into using glycolic acid, period, and you would rather start with a wash and build up to it, you can. Glow Skin products have a wash that I've shown you before. Okay, and it was Glow Therapeutics back then, that name. They've just changed the name. Same product, though. And I mean to tell you, I love that glycolic wash. I do that sometimes twice a week. It depends. You can switch off all you want. But it is a glycolic wash. And it's less. I think it's like 9%, maybe 6 to 9, somewhere in there. It's a lighter, glycolic wash. Now, let's talk about salicylic acid. It's the BHA, okay, a beta-hydroxy acid. Now, it's more for people that have oily or acne-prone skin, all right? Same thing applies as it does with glycolic. It's just that you could use this a little more often, the salicylic acid. It is the second most common acid, standing next to glycolic, obviously. It's good for anti-inflammatory properties. It's good for getting rid of, acne bumps, pimples. It's great for people with larger pores to minimize the size of the pores. Now, what I usually do, I use glycolic acid everywhere, but right on my nose, I will use salicylic acid. And it seems to debunk a lot quicker. I'm crazy about salicylic acid. Now let's move on and talk about something that has the name acid to it, and that's hyaluronic acid. Hyaluronic acid is not an acid. Hyaluronic acid is a hydrator and very similar to a moisturizer. It's a humectant. This is a natural carbohydrate and humectant that you already have in your body anyway. So any hyaluronic acid you're putting in is going to be cohesive with a lot of other things. And yes, you can mix this with other things. Now, babies are born with enormous amounts of hyaluronic acid. That's why their skin is so smooth and baby soft. You always say, I wish I had baby soft skin. That's where that comes from. It's the hyaluronic acid that's doing that trick. And of course, it can be found in all these moisturizers, and it's definitely in almost all of our injectables. It's totally healthy to go get your Juvederm or your Sculpta or whatever you're out there trying to get, because it's full of hyaluronic acid and it won't hurt you one bit. But it plumps and it moisturizes. It fills you up. Now, I do tell you this. I don't want you guys to do any type of peels, at home. I don't want you to do any kind of acid peels at home unless you're kind of trained to do it. When I say trained, you could even have your own personal esthetician or dermatologist show you how to do that and recommend what peel you should be using at home. So you're not out there, trying to be a superstar esthetician and come back with this glowing, fabulous skin. Because you might end up just frying your butt to pieces, okay? So before you get into the peel situation, because I've heard horror stories, And lately, several of the YouTubers have had issues with their peels and messed up their skin, and they had to get back to the basics there for a week or two, you know, to heal themselves. You got to be careful. Those products are very, very strong, and unless you're highly trained in that field, don't mess with it. I don't even mess with that. I always, you know, go to my people and let them, you know, do my face. I don't care what they charge. At least I'm going to walk out with the same face I walked in with, you know what I mean? And no scars, and no burns, and no problems. Now you're going to be able to really tell by using acids on a regular basis if they're working or not. Because any age spots on your face are going to start to diminish, and they're going to lighten, and your face is going to be much brighter. You're going to see this incredible glow, especially right in here. Okay, right here, right up in here, you're going to see that real pretty, not shocking glow, but a nice shiny type glow. So you're going to notice that. You're going to notice any unevenness in your skin. Okay, the texture of your skin is going to start smoothing out. That's why I love glycolic acid, especially for you know, your barrier. I mean, it is so good about making everything so smooth, but you got to be religious, you know, with the product. You got to use it same day every week, this kind of thing. Try the same percentage, but go up slowly if you want to increase the glycolic acid percentage. You want to work it up slowly. If you get totally used to, let's say, a 6% or let's say 9%, then after you've used it for, you know, a month or two, and you say, oh, well, this is a cakewalk, then, you know, try a stronger percentage. Now, you will know if you've overused your acids. You'll get itchy, red, irritated type skin. So don't use your acids too much. I mean, let's start with 1 day a week, like we all do from the bottom up. Everything is 1 day, you know, and let's see how you do with that. And then you can increase it in a week to 2 weeks. You can increase, you know, twice. But do incorporate into your schedule your light exfoliations and save a large, like I told you, the glycolic acid one maybe on a Sunday at the end of the week when you're not using your retin-A or anything else. Are you following me? And do not, and I repeat, do not mix the glycolic acid with your retin-A or your retinol. Absolutely. No, 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 no. Glycolic acid stands alone, okay? I mean, it's real potent stuff. Okay, so now let's talk about kojic acid. I know you've heard a lot about that, and everybody wants to know, is that necessary? I'm going to tell you about it. Whether it's necessary. I wouldn't say it's not like a glycolic acid necessary. But let me read you a little bit about, or just tell you about kojic acid. What that does when you apply it, kojic acid lightens up the pigmentation of your skin. It eliminates, or let's say it sets limits on the pigmentation process. It's also an antioxidant, and it helps with the malfunction of skin cells and any type of premature damage. IS Cosmetics has a serum out that's full of kojic acid. It's excellent also. Now let's talk about lactic acid. Lactic acid has an amazing ability to hold in moisture into the skin, since basically it's more or less a humectant also. So this is excellent for your skin. This is great for sensitive skin. It's great for all your general exfoliation and skin lightening as well. It helps bring additional moisture into your dry and dehydrated skin. To kind of let you know of a product that has that in that is like Good Genes. Have y'all heard of that? Good Genes has that particular lactic acid in it. And last but not least, the more popular acids that I want to talk about is the malic acid. Now, malic acid is an alpha hydroxy acid as well. It can boost the immune system, and it can balance the pH levels. Malic acid is excellent for reducing signs of large pores, fine lines and wrinkles, other pigmentation, the texture of the skin. This is the one that's got a lot of the pure apple citric juice in it. It's derived from apples. Now it is a direct, gentle cousin to glycolic acid. So those of you that find glycolic acid a little too powerful, malic acid is the next cousin to it. Great acid. It's actually a better choice for sensitive skin types, so that'd be good. Another product line that would carry the malic acid would be ePIANCE. ePIANCE has a good one. All right, my ladies, so there are the acids for the week, the more popular acids that we use. So I want to thank each and every one of you for being here today. I know we're learning a lot. Bear with me. I know this is something you just don't wave a red flag, go woohoo, woohoo, or we having fun. But it is so important that we understand the different ingredients so we'll know what to use for our skin. And with all the new products coming out on the market now and all the new fillers and all the new technology that's hitting this year, this is imperative that you understand these ingredients. Okay, my friends? I love each and every one of you. Thank you so very much for being with me. All you new subbies, mwah, 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 mwah. Thank you so much for joining me. Just love you, girls. Love ya. To each and every one of my subscribers, I want you to stay sassy and classy and confident, and give me a big thumbs up on this video.